Hello and welcome. It is the afternoon of the 18th day of October 2020. My name is Derek. This is the Money Charts channel. All bets, trades, and of the like. Well, that is within each's own risk and their own reward. Let's take a look at the cryptocurrency, at least a few of the markets, starting off within Bitcoin against the US fiat dollar. So starting from this level here, from the lows, coming from the 18 average of lows, it had spent several days within this band. You could even say starting here. You could even really say starting within this correctionary move here. Sideways consolidation. This level of resistance was supported. This level of resistance, yeah, I guess it was supported here as well too. And that's what it's been doing ever since here for several days. So the move, which occurred from the low, that's just 4, 5 to 6 days or so, ending October 12th. 1, 2, 3, day number 6. And holding the move, and that's something of a productive situation. We can see we've had a lot of support short term. Here's the lowest lines, 11,317 on that. Down here to 11,117. Again here to 11,219. If you try to make more sense of this within the shorter term, well, there's a more obvious showing of this sideways consolidation pattern that it's had. As far as attempts to get out of this sideways, either to the upside or downside, it hasn't really done too much as far as attempting it to break down. Yeah, it did break down below the 18 lows here, but it recovered it quickly. Really nothing there. Supporting it nicely here. On this point in here, you could say it was looking to do so. You had this little line where it came up here, so it looked very bearish on this period, but it didn't go down anymore. Although here again, well, you lower high to this. No, it didn't break down. And a few opportunities going below here, but nothing much to state at. As far as breaking out, failed breakout here, of course, is correcting well. Failed breakout here, correcting well. Now we are period number 3 to 4 and showing strength amongst the 18 average of highs within the last several periods. Single hour term, a lot of strength here amongst the 18. I do like to see here this 1 o'clock move, how it rallied, came back down, found support, and it's continued to show a lot of strength. So now that it's already pierced above this high in here, to me this looks like it's got the more high likelihood of reaching a range between 11.53 and 11.6 low change, or this previous point in here, and even breaking out above that 11.7. But to me, it looks like further gains or a new leg higher seems to be in order for the market. Weekly term time frame, this looks like a lot of inverted head and shoulders type of pattern, and just in the sense of, and there is, well, I guess multiple ways. You go left, head, right. So, I mean, whatever if you want to take that. But, and then the second one on the more near term, left, head, right. But you had this breakout of this resistance on this support now, and amongst it, here we have this new week starting at the 18 average of highs after a good week. Is it able to hold? And really, from the daily charts, you can see just hold the 18 average on this. If it's able to do so, that would keep this really, really good bullish move, I think, still looking really well. And then monthly time frame, this is really, if you count this period here in May, like 6 periods of just showing strength and staying and hanging in there, congesting amongst the highs. Again, this is like one of those ASAP. It's been ready to go for quite some time. It was ready in August. It was ready in September. It's ready so far in October. And it probably will still be ready in November if it hasn't had any move. But when it does, and I really should say when, not but pretty much if, but highly favored on the when, then the situation of after having this little resistance here, that would be most likely like a phenomenal, like green candles like this. What do you have, a 70% gain this month, 65, 50, having 50, 60, 70% moves. 50% now would get us very close to previous high. It'd be like 17,000 or so. And that's because, of course, that's just saying on a 11,458 times 1.5 math, basically. Okay, that's it for Bitcoin. Let's move on to some altcoins. First off, that of Theta against Bitcoin. And has come down to a 23.6% Fibonacci retracement that I drew in a few days ago from the lows and these highs. as I stated, if it did break down below this key support at 62 high change, then we probably have a clear, concise move to about 5,500. And the lows are at 5,409. So piercing below this, like usual. Will we find support here? We've obviously found short-term supports. That's at worst. And if we don't, or if we break down below this at any given point within this retracement mode that we're in, I'm looking for the next a clear, concise move to the 4,600 going below it, or 4,500. And in looking at such on the single hour term, first it pierces above it, then it pierces below it. And really tangling within this level of previous resistance in here. You can come down, make an inverted head and shoulders pattern possibly, but just getting above this level of resistance. Previous support here, you had 5,000, basically 6,000. It'd be one area. And then more importantly, the more bigger level would be about 6,400. I'd be now looking at that as a level of resistance on the way up. And if it's able to not be, then all things fledged go on a bullish level. Or if it is resistance and it could do something to make a higher low from this, meaning the market price rallies up to here, maybe pulls back down to 61 or 6,000 or some sort of higher low, even matching low, whatever, then comes back higher and then breaks it later. Yeah, that'd be full-fledged. This thing is just ready to get going. But we have seen this have its first break below the 18 average of lows, its first decent break several days. Notice it'll move down towards it. Since in here, we had one little small one there. But with all of these moves that have happened in the past, this market rallied up to this point, pull back. This September or November 30th date, pull back. Rally, pull back, rally, pull back, rally. There's going to be a pullback. Question is, does the high come from 74.60, where we have a really good one, or at a higher point? Because if we just bottom here and it stops to go up, this is just a small whatever trend. We still even yet to come back to this level of resistance, which again would be coinciding within the 5,500 point. Within the weekly chart, we still got a ways to go just to meet up within the 18 average in here as well, which would coincide with the 5,500 level. Next key levels below that, 34.26 and 21.50 if those things don't end up working through now. Just for some fun, let's just calculate some upside Fibonacci. What I want to do is I want to take a high and a low of a move, which is from this breakout low, which we're going to put in at 20. It's about 2,100. 2,970. 2097. So I'm going to bring my calculator. It's high divided by low. This is the low. And the high is 75.34. Now what I want to calculate here is first I want to see what the 38.2 number is, because I want to see what a 61.8% down correction would equate to, which would be 34.18. So I'm going to look at the upside. To calculate this, I can go 75.34 divided by 34, an area of about 2.23 or something, 2.25, whatever, to the root of 1.1618 multiply 34.18. And that number should come up to 12,279. So that'd be my upside target, which is pretty much the area I was talking about before. Noticeable good pierce above 10,000 for where I think theta's got the potential to move up to. And just quickly going over the Venus, I think it is, chart, or XVS anyway. And I've been talking about this for the last couple of days, and some great rallies this whole card. But what we're seeing here in the 4-hour time frame is, well, one, we had this move where we had opportunity to get some nice sells in. And in here, everything bought, and, well, get the nice sells in here. You sell here, buy back. You can see just in this period, you have a high of, in this case, this is against Binance Coin. Bitcoin pretty much be the same area, or same sort of deal. High of around 1,100 Satoshi, a little less, and a close of 884. So right off the bat, that's a differential of like 200 plus points. So a 20% at minimum decline from high to close. Then you rally up again, another spot to get to buy back, and it's been having fantastic rally after that, and a pullback. But it does show that the first move in here that occurred October 13th 5 days ago, was a successful one. It corrected successfully. Several periods within it, resisted the 18 highs for quite some time. And then you could just even see and hear how period here, the 12 stamp, 12-hour stamp, how we come up to the highs, pull back relatively close to the lows. Same thing again on the next period. And then we go up to it again, but this time hold. And then you see 2 periods of it just staying like this. These are indicators that can really tell you that what happened after. Boom, 4 of the next 5 periods being spectacularly green ones. The other one with 1 break even. Well, there was a lot of reason to show that it was showing that strength before the fact that it happened. And then volatility has been extreme ever since. There hasn't been a candle that's been small really since the 8-hour stamps in here. So another move, another key leg higher, and what a very good move it's been so far. And now another correctionary move. It's come back down the 18 average of lows. We'll see if it's able to hold. Maybe it stays several periods within it. If this doesn't go through, well, this is this 11 number here is a 38.2% correction area. But it's a little higher than that. So I did calculate this yesterday. 1150, I think, or something might have been when I did it. So if it goes through, if it breaks down below that, we'll be going through 9. Whether this move is going to hold or not, I don't know. But I'm just going to pick away at each move, have my orders in and out. But yeah, just very good volatility here. And against Bitcoin, this is the same sort of deal here. 15-minute time frame. Good spot where you go from 40, it's actually an extra decimal. This is a 7 decimal where it's 42,000, but basically 4,300 handle to the 33, up to 41, and then back down to 3,000. So here's a spot where it's lost like 20+% of its value since 8 o'clock yesterday morning. Yada yada. But hey, it had bigger gains before then. And finally, we go through DGB, which is showing to losing a decent amount of steam. Many attempts to break out above the 18 average of high. It says it sensed this rally on May the 5th. It got above here, but corrected. Had a chance here to break out. Didn't. But this one in here, okay, finally makes a new high to this. Then you make a lower low and a higher high. Interesting, okay. So from this higher high, price action did not support this area here where it came from. Rather, it came back to previous low. Did maintain a rally here, but this is where it gets very interesting because you come rally up to the September 21st point, come down the 18 lows, great. There's your break it right there. Early October the 2nd. Really looking like this thing was going to get going in here. Gets above the 18 average of highs, holds this area for a while. And then all of a sudden, it just October the 5th has broken down, just continues to grind its way lower. So to me, I'm becoming less optimistic on the short run for this and realize that if it breaks down below the support, that we're probably going to be looking to, I think, come down to about 150 or so and have a significant move, 140 high change, 145 type thing, but maybe retest this level, maybe look for the next key Fibonacci, and we can calculate that, or I can anyway. 53 looks like the low. Let me just get the exact numbers just because that's easy to do. High is 318. And the low in here is we'll go 52 and 318. So key numbers are 159, 104, basically 207 and 159. So of course the 200 is where we've been holding. That 159 is mentioned. Yeah, that just coincides here with that low. So I would expect a move to 150 if we see any clear breakdown below there. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.